This message has kind of hit deep lately because one of my first videos this year was mainly speaking out about how this is your year. And me personally, my year could not have started off worse. So the beginning of my year, probably about a week in, I got a call from my dad telling me that my grandfather had just had a heart attack and it wasn't going well. And not even 12 hours later, I got another call saying that he had passed. And this kind of had caused me to question my faith with God, because I was like, okay, God, you know, there's bad things happen. I get it. I'm fully relying on you. I have faith in you that it's going to only go up from here. And kind of like this whole thing is just faith. And every time I've just been asking God why, he's just been responding with one thing, is just faith. And that's been it. And I've been like, okay, God, I'm digging in. I've got your faith. Okay, that's cool. And so about maybe 3 weeks later, a man who was like my father, he had fought with cancer before. He got a bone marrow transplant, but they said the cancer had come back. And I got to see him when I was up for the funeral for my grandfather, and I could see that he was not doing well. And come to find out that about a week after I'd heard about the cancer was back, he had passed. And this man was like my second dad. Our families grew up together because both of us had adopted kids in the family, and so we could relate to each other. And I was just like, God, why are these things happening? And still it was the same reply, faith. And I'm a human, so I'm stubborn a little bit, and I was like, God, I just can't. This faith, like I've had faith. I've been doing everything that you've been putting on me. I feel like this is how you're calling me. I go out and do it. I don't question. And when I do question, you just answer me with faith. I don't understand what this means. Why are you just saying faith? God kept saying faith. And so I was like, all right, you know, these are bad things that are happening. I get it. I'm going to push through this. You know, the devil's trying to come at me with some of these weapons. I'm not going to let him prosper against me. I'm going to have this faith. And so about a week ago, I was at fuel. I came home to my house, and we had been hearing some weird sounds on our wall. And I came home to my house, to my kitchen being flooded. Our pipe had burst in our house. And this was kind of the breaking point. I said, God, I don't know what you had planned for me this year, but I've been making these videos. I've just been trying to have the faith, but I don't know if I can do that anymore. I don't get this faith that you're talking about, because I feel like I'm doing the right things. I'm doing the deeds. I'm digging in, and I'm having faith that you know the bigger picture. I know the steps in front of me, but you know the bigger picture. And so I'm having faith, but I don't think I can do it anymore. And in that moment of my weakest point, God reminded me of probably the biggest thing in my life that he's been faithful to me for. And that was in my original video that I put out, was that I was adopted, and I didn't know my mom or I didn't know my dad, but through faith in God, I now know who my mom is. I've been in communications with her. And in that moment of my weakness, God just opened the floodgates and said, look what I've done. Look, your faith has been rewarded. Don't let your faith be sidetracked by everything that the devil is throwing at you. Like, he is going to come at you with everything he has. But look how I've been faithful to you. In that moment, it didn't matter that my grandfather, a dude that was like my second dad, my house was flooding. It didn't matter, because I knew that my faith would be rewarded through just everything. Just just that one moment of weakness, he just let it all come through. And it's kind of weird that we're kind of here at a broken building, and I'm talking about faith. And the thing is, God kind of spoke to me. He's like, I want you to do this in front of a broken building. And I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. How do you want me to tie this in with faith? What does a broken building have to do with faith? And the thing is, this building, it wasn't always broken like this. In its prime, and when it was first created, it probably had way fresher paint on it. The windows weren't broken. It hadn't been through storms yet. It was new. And I wonder if this building could have human components, if it would talk to us. You know, I think it would say that, you know, I was in my good seasons, you know, my faith wasn't tested. I had so many people coming through here. I had just all this stuff going on, and I wasn't broken. My paint wasn't chipping. I was one of the best looking buildings here. But now I've kind of been tossed to the side. You know, I kind of was wondering, what's my purpose anymore? What am I doing here? And it's just, and I was just like, you know, I think it would be faith, because it couldn't see like 40, 50 years ago when it was first created, that it was going to become this rundown, this broken piece of land, and that it would be today being used as an example of what faith is. And as a person, sometimes like faith is never tested in the good seasons. When everything's going right, when God is smiling down on you, you know, faith isn't being tested then. But when the devil comes in and he sees that crack in the armor, and he comes in and he doesn't just make it rain, he makes it pour. When your faith is tested, that's when the perseverance, and that's when you got to dig in, because I know in that one moment, my weakest moment, God sent me the picture that I needed to know, okay, devil, send what you got. Kick me while I'm down. Keep pushing me down, because every time I get up, I'm going to see faith. I'm going to see God's face shining down on me, because I know that faith in that moment, he's going to be there. No matter what, my faithfulness knows that he is going to be there. I will always be faithful till the end, because I know that no matter what season I'm in, whether it's good, whether it's bad, God's going to be there. So as the devil's just kicking me and he's holding me down, all I need to do is look up, and I know it will be okay. This is just going to be a storm. My faith is going to carry me. And if you watch this and you just are struggling, I pray that you just get this one thing out of it, is don't give up on faith. Faith is going to carry you through any tough season that you have. You know, you may be only able to see the steps in front of you, but God has planned out your story. He knows how it ends. He knows how it's going to be. So just have faith.